For the fans, by the fans. Welcome to the only Angels postgame show that keeps it real, win or lose. No filters, no fluff, just raw reactions right after the final out. The Golden Stamos is polished up and somebody's about to take it home. A clutch hit, a game-saving grab, or just straight up hustle. We see you. But if you played like trash, you're getting the dreaded Nacho Night Award. We saw the missed calls, we saw the blown saves, the clutch moments, and the disasters too. Your comments are front and center, and yeah, we read all of them. Wanna let loose? Call in and sound off live. No scripts, no suits, no spin. This is raw, this is real, this is where the fans take over. This is the Heedy Postgame Show with Todd Fox. For the fans, by the fans.
I'm a fox. My name's Todd.
Hey, welcome in everybody to the Halos in the Infield postgame show. Welcome in on a Monday evening as the Angels take a L for the 7th straight time to the Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati Reds have our number 3 years in a row getting it going. We made them look good, and we looked pretty bad out there tonight, giving up 3 triples. We'll get into that. Defensively has been very tough to watch all season, but they pitched their way out of jams like they did a couple times in this game, sort of the bend but don't break, but it's kind of hard when you're giving up leadoff triples. So, again, the Angels had their opportunities. This wasn't one of those analytic games, I think, that they played in Sacramento where they took 2 stupid losses. I think this was just they weren't able to get the big hits when they needed them, and also they were making solid contact with runners in scoring position, but they were hitting them right at people. And then when they didn't hit the solid, it was striking out. I mean, it was one or the other. I'll go over the totals right now and how they scored. But first off, I gotta say, you're welcome into the Halos of the Infield postgame show. It's me, it's Todd Fox, and we do this every night after every game, or after every day game, win or lose. And the Angels lost tonight, losing 4-1 to the Cincinnati Reds, like I said. And it's tough to watch, man. This is the dog days of summer for the Angel fans, and the Heedy Network is here though for you. Because we're by the fans, for the fans, by the fans. We're in the stands with you. I was at the game tonight, and I'll be at the game tomorrow night as well, trying to watch this team win. But that's few and far between. The Angels taking a loss tonight, 4-1. How they lost it? Well, Cincinnati got 2 runs in the first inning. Gavin Lux, former Dodger, hit a 2-run homer off of Medeiros. That made it 2-0, and then Ward would double to right, scoring Trout the third. Had an opportunity to tie it, couldn't get it in, and they had a couple opportunities later on the game with second and third, hit into a double there, a double play to take them out of an inning as well. Brian Hayes, the guy that I wanted in the trade deadline, he came through with a sacrifice fly to score De La Cruz after De La Cruz would triple down the line. That would make it 3-1. That was one of 2 triples for him. McLean with his sacrifice fly after Hayes tripled. And let's talk about those triples here in a second. Let me go through the lineups real quick, or actually the pitching. They made Singer look really good. 1 run, 6 hits. He gets his 10th win of the season amongst 9 losses. 4 strikeouts, only 1 walk. Victor Medeiros was in and out of trouble, but most of it was because of his defense, allowing 2 leadoff triples. But he pitched 5 innings. I thought he did all right. 95 pitches thrown. I'm glad he got some pitches in. 3 runs, 3 hits, or 3 runs, 9 hits. You'd like the hits to come down a little bit, but he still managed to hold them to only 3 runs. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run allowed. Chafin had a clean inning. Fermin only allowed 1 hit, got 2 strikeouts, and Fulmer mopped up with 2 innings, 1 run on 1 hit and 2 strikeouts. They struck out 8 Reds. The Angels were only at 7 strikeouts coming into the 9th inning, and they felt like, we got to get to double digits, and they proceeded to strike out the side in the 9th inning. Angels lineup tonight, 1 for 5 Neto. He just missed the tying home run. The tying home run. There was 2 men on, and he came up just short. I believe it was in the 6th or 7th inning. We saw that as he caught at the wall. 2 hits for Shonawell tonight. Pretty good at bats for him tonight. No strikeouts. Trout struck out 1 time, went 1 for 3. Ward went 1 for 3. Mancata went 1 for 4. Adele went 1 for 4. Moore went 1 for 4. Ohapi had the worst night, 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts. He looked pathetic up there. Tendencio went 0 for 2 and a strikeout. Renifo came in and said, hey, I'm going to give you 2 strikeouts off the bench. And guys, if you did not appreciate my strikeouts, I'm going to misplay a ball and then not even hustle to it. So to get to the final plays that I wanted to talk about, which is the plays in the outfield that were not made by the Angels. I will say the most exciting play by your Angels tonight came from a fan that we had a fan sitting, Martin Boylan, who came into the stadium today, and he sat second row from the foul pole. And he said that he heard the girl say that, I'm going to go run on the field. I'm going to go run on the field. You dare me? I'm going to do a somersault. They're like, yeah, do a somersault. And they're like, no, bitch, you're going to get in trouble. And she's like, you know what? My parents will pay for it. Bye. And she jumped the fence and ran onto the field, proceeded to do a somersault, or at least an attempt at a somersault. That was funny. I think that got the fans going more than anything tonight. Now, as far as the defense, and I've been itching to talk about this tonight. First off, like I've been saying all season, and again, a lot of Taylor Ward lovers will tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. He's leading the team with home runs and RBIs. Again, what does that have to do with our defense? Nobody said he can't hit. I said that he struggles and sometimes he gets into these funks. I don't like that he's a streaky hitter. Now, is this the most complete that Taylor Ward has been as a player all year? Yes. But having said that, he'll go a week or two without doing shit and looking terrible in the box and just fouling pitches off, striking out, hitting into double plays. He looks weak. But if at the end of the season he's sitting there with 30 home runs and 100 RBIs, well then, hey, we'll have to take it because that makes him the best player on our team. Now, with that being said, you can't justify his defense. His defense is absolute ass with a capital A. I've seen the noodle arm, like the other day when they were at home against the Dodgers. He had an opportunity to throw the ball in. Neto's jumping up and down like, throw me the ball. Hit the cutoff. No, he lobs it over to second base with the runner barely turning third. So he's terrible. We've seen him just stop, let the ball drop in front of him many of times this year. We've seen him just watch a ball go over his head, and he just nonchalantly picks up the ball and throws it in half-assed to the cutoff guy. He's terrible. And I've been saying that all year. I said it last year. I said, man, we need to beef up that outfield. Unfortunately, we have injuries. Kyron Paris has, hit a roadblock, hasn't been up since that roadblock because and we can't put Mike Trout in left field at all because magically, or right field, because magically he has some sort of disease or degenerative something or other that they won't tell us, and he can't get back in there. Remember that was only supposed to be a couple weeks, and then he's supposed to be back out there, and they've looked like they've shut down Soler, and Soler's not good either, but Soler should be a DH, and if Soler's not out there, Taylor Ward should be the DH. But don't throw me Louis Renifo. Louis Renifo is an outfielder? Oh, my God. I thought Campero was bad. Oh, my God. So, first off, Taylor Ward, we see the fly ball. It's right in front of us. He's hitting, the fly ball's coming. It's a make or break. You got to, and I was sitting there telling Jim, who was sitting right next to me, you have to decide whether or not you're going to dive for that ball or let it drop. You got to have, you got to be thinking that as the ball is coming your way, because the exit velocity is so fast, exit velocity. You got to make a play. It's either ride or die. You either got to play it on the hop or dive for it. You can't let it get by you. So Ward decides, okay, I'm going to do a little of both. I'm going to start to dive, but then get scared and fall backwards. And then as I fall backwards, my feet give way, and I just fall on my ass and do a somersault like the fan did, running onto the field doing a half-ass somersault. So the ball gets by him, and then he, too, decides to get up with no urgency and throw the ball in and damn near, if he wanted to, the base runner could have tried to go home. So then later on in the game, Tendenzio's 0 for 2. And again, he's a right-handed hitter. His hitting's kind of gone down again, kind of reminding me of the whole, he was a spark plug hitter. They start to figure him out, and he's not really getting that production in the last few games. So Montgomery gets the brilliant idea of saying, well, I don't really have any outfielders left. Let me pinch hit for the only outfielder I have left. Let me put an infielder out there who does not know how to play center field, let alone the outfield. Okay, genius plan, Montgomery. Montgomery puts him out in center field. One of the first things that's hit out to him, a fly ball that Renifo starts in on and then realizes, oh, shit, that's 4 feet above my head. So then he doesn't judge it because he's an infielder. So then he run instead of like, he jumps up a bit and he's like, oh, shit, it's over my head. Instead of like running back with urgency, he's just like elevator music, walking back, jogging, like not even speed jogging. If you remember, I want to say 3-4 years ago, it's probably been that long, but I'm trying to remember if it was Phil Nevin or Joe Madden that actually benched Renifo for not hustling. And I remember, I think it was in Tampa, and it was like it was the same kind of shit where it got over his head and he's just like walking out towards the outfield or whatever. And anyway, jogging to the wall again. If you're not showing any kind of fire, that just shows me what kind of intensity this team has. And it's, I think a numb one over there, or a Hoppy fan, number one Hoppy fan says Nevin, I think you're right. He benched him. And I just, man, it's terrible. And from left field, Adrian, I could see what Trout's problem is. He's lifting his leg too much. Right now, if Mike Trout would get into a sort of Tim Salmon-esque, like crouching swing where he's not lifting his leg at all and he's just using the power off his back foot, I think he'd be a hell of a lot better. I think he's spending too much time lifting that leg, dropping the shoulder instead of just doing a free swing. And he's all over the place right now. So, yeah, tough loss again. And I've said it before and I said it again. They had an opportunity tonight, and again, they just don't have the horses to keep up with a team like this. You could tell right now the Reds are going to be there at the end, because the Reds are, let's see, let me check out the standings right now for the wild card. The Reds are sitting a 1 game out of the wild card race. They're a plus 52 runs scored, two game winning streak, 6-4 in their last 10. They are only 1 game back of the slumping Mets. So again, you have an opportunity to catch the Mets. The Reds are going to be playing these next 2 games with intensity, unlike the Dodgers did. The Dodgers took the Angels exactly for what they are, which is a mediocre team, and the mediocre team swept them. But that's nothing to celebrate. And the Ohapi fan, number one Ohapi fan, says this goddamn team is going to give me an aneurysm. It's so frustrating. And the only thing I could say is just, I wish for, if I had a genie to rub the lamp, I would wish for the Angels to make the playoffs, because I can't wait to see what this fan base can do. Because again, we have the fans to get crazy and to get wild and to have a good time. It's the players have to make it happen. Number one. Number two, they have to have the right players in place. I said it last night. Starting pitching is going to be key for next year, and there's not too many starting pitchers on the market. Will they spend, or will they just go another year of not listening to the fans? I really, outfielders are a dime a dozen, but we need starting pitching. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We cannot compete if we're throwing out the Victor Maderoses of the world. And right now we're at the point of the season where it's basically this ship is headed for the goddamn iceberg once again. And once again, the Heedy crew, everybody on this network, are playing the instruments on the top deck. And the ship will hit that goddamn iceberg, and we will, by the end of August, which is only a couple weeks away, into September. And we are going to be saying, ladies, gentlemen, it was an honor to play with you. And then we will all get together on this network and play this team out with our instruments, because it's pretty much over. Like, who here is going to say outside of FanDuel and the bootlicking houseman on AM 830 that this team has a chance? There's no way this team has a chance. We're done. And if you haven't believed that they were done before this series, before the Oakland series, and you had like a little spark under you, like, hey, we're only 5 games out. That's technically within striking distance, 5 and under. That's like at the brink of disaster right there. And then the fact that we lost 2 to Oakland, fell back to 7, it's over, dude. It's been over. The fact that the Angels have been able to hang on this long is kind of positive for next year. But like last year and the year before that, with the just shit organization that gives you nothing to hang your hat on as far as where are we going to go as far as 2026. What's the plan for 2026? What's the optimism for 2026? What's the direction the Angels are going to go? We don't know, because they never tell you. And then you hear like, all the media saying, oh, well, they're rumored in on this guy. Are they? Are you sure they are? Because to me, it's just all smoke and mirrors to make it look like the Angels are doing something. They may say they're in on a big name free agent, but they lowball the shit out of them, so they're not really in it. Is this team going to spend? Is Arte still going to have the team? I mean, there's a lot of questions going into the offseason. So when we do play those instruments and the team out, what's going to be the team moving forward into 2026? Because around December or so, we'll exactly know if, once again, Arte will be at the helm for the year and Arte will not sell, and he somehow won the audit, or he got a deal, he brokered a deal to get the land. Something's got to give. And what we have to root for is we have to root for the audit people to just take their barehanded finger and shove it straight up Artie's ass. We have to root for Skaggs' family to win in the lawsuit. We have to root for the city to not budge and bow down and say, hey, if you retrofit the stadium, we'll give you the land. No, and no some more. The city's got to bogart that freaking land and not give in. They need to stand firm and say, you know what? We need to get paid. You have fucked us for the last 10 years. You should not get that land. They should not give him a easy deal either. So if he's fucked in the audit, fucked in the land grab, let him just walk away. Let the Samuelis buy it. They've got $41 billion or more in the bank. Let them take over the entire area and let them run the Ducks and Angels together. Turn it back into the OC vibe. Make it the OC Angels. Make it the California Angels. Make it the Anaheim Angels, and have the Anaheim Ducks and Anaheim Angels the mecca for Orange County once again. And tie in Disneyland. It's all over. Tyler says, how do you feel about Manfred's comments on divisional realignment? Tyler, if you followed this show, I have insiders on not only in the league, on the team. We knew about this realignment 6 months ago. It's going to happen. And the only thing that hasn't gone right that we predicted was the hurricane that ruined Tampa Bay Stadium, and what happened with Vegas getting such a late start in their building. So basically, that what you're seeing online today is not true, though. Those renditions of what basically has yes, I do have insiders, but basically that is not what the realignment's going to look like. The Angels won't be in the same division as the Dodgers, and Tampa Bay has the best chance now to move to Orlando. Then you have a Nashville team that will come into the league, and then that will open up another expansion spot. I'm hearing Utah, and I'm hearing Montreal and Portland. So you bring those other 2 teams in, and what you do now is you have 3 divisions of 4, I believe, or 4 divisions of 4. So right now they're trying to say it's going to be 3 divisions of 5. That's stupid. What they want to do is have 3 divisions of 4. And so with that being said, if they get to that, you're going to have on the West Coast, and this is what I've heard, this is what it's been confirmed from what I know. Again, from my insiders because again, the guys who did, if you watch Swilly's post, it was one of the guys from the MLB network who predicted the divisions to be like that. It's not going to be like that. They won't be in the same division. It will be in the West Coast division would be the Angels, Las Vegas A's, Seattle Mariners, and if Portland gets a franchise, Portland. And then you would have Midwest teams, you would have the South teams, and then you would have the East Coast team. So just like how the NFL is, they're going to try to regionally structure it. If you have a Utah franchise, the Utah franchise will be in the Midwest division along with Colorado, I believe Houston, and Texas. Something like that. It's going to go, there's going to be a couple teams that flip, leagues, but at this point the leagues won't matter anymore, to be honest with you, except when it comes to the playoffs, because everybody's going to be playing everybody. And yeah, you might get, again, it's going to probably, because the Dodgers will lose the Rockies for sure. They'll keep the Padres because just like football, when they did their realignment, football wants the regional rivalries. So that's why some divisions stayed traditional. The NFC North stayed the same. The AFC North stayed the same. But you had other divisions move around. So what they're going to do, and the only one that was like look at Dallas doesn't belong in the NFC East. We've known that forever. But because of the rivalry with the Giants, the Eagles, and Washington, they have to keep them there because, hey, money, right? So with baseball, National League West, the new National League West, from what I hear, would pretty much stay the same. Just take the Rockies out. You would basically just have the Dodgers, Padres, Giants, and Diamondbacks. That would be the National League West. So there is a lot to talk about with that divisional stuff. And again, that's something that's on the table being talked about now because we have the impending strike. So Manfred's going to go into this with major issues with the player, what do you call it? The players union, which hates him and they hate him, Tony Clark and Manfred, they don't get along. And the owners don't like the players association, everything else like that. And you're right, medicated mixed show that they never wanted the Cowboys and Niners in the same division. That wouldn't happen anyway. LT said we'd be in last place again. The Angels need better pitchers. Yes, that's exactly what we've been saying. But this division talk will get brought up once they figure out where's the salary cap floor, where's the salary cap ceiling. And I think Manfred wants to squeeze into the negotiations the realignment, and he wants to make sure, because right now you have basically an opportunity to take you have a Orlando team is already ready, and you have the Nashville side and group is already ready. So in theory, you could take, if the league was like, hey, we're going to grant for the 2026 season or 2027 season franchises to Nashville and Orlando, they're in place because the stadiums will already be on its way. They have temporary stadiums they can play in those venues. You have a beautiful stadium that's going to be next to Disney World in Orlando. It's going to be a mecca for everything Disney and that Orlando Dream Team or the Rays. Then you have the Nashville side who could whip up a stadium real quick, and that's going to be in the heart of Nashville. So if the Rays don't move, the Rays are still a problem. So I'm guessing if I had to, say whether Orlando gets a new franchise or an existing, I think they get the existing Rays. The Rays will be no more. They'll be the Orlando Dream. And then you have Nashville will get the first expansion team because they're ahead of everybody else. But like it or not, Montreal's got a stadium already halfway built, preparing for either a high quality AAA team or a major league team. Then you have the Portland crew who could whip something up pretty quickly. And we all know what Utah can do as they've done good things with a hockey club. They've got the NBA arena up there. They've got all kinds of land. So there's going to be expansion. But if all this stuff comes together, it's going to come together once they once they fix everything in the league. And one of the things on the docket as well, they got to make sure Vegas has the right timeline done with their stadium. Again, they got to fix the Tampa Bay situation because all of a sudden Tampa Bay used all those funds that they were going to use to rebuild the Tropicana Dome for disaster relief for the hurricane. So that's out the window. Now the lease is up in the air. Tampa Bay doesn't even have anywhere to play next year because the Yankees have not agreed to allow them to play in their minor league facility. So there's all sorts of shit going on over there. Then you got the Angels side. What's Arte going to do? Is he going to survive the audit? Is he going to survive Skaggs? Is he going to survive the city? Because again, he wants his greedy, grimy hands all over that land. And I don't think he's going to get it because then the Angels will have a Frank McCourt situation. And I don't think they want that because again, Arte will have, because Frank McCourt still owns the land of the parking for the Dodgers. And Arte wants the land, the development, and all that shit surrounding Anaheim Stadium. And he wants a part of the new river walk that's going to be there. I mean, there's 3 phases to the OC vibe. So again, the next 2 months, we could speculate all we want, but there's going to be some big happenings going on in the league and also at home here in Anaheim. There's a lot of changes that could happen. I mean, we could see Arte on the way out. And here's the thing, even Arte, if Arte were to sell, the transfer of the team would not be ready for 2026, which would mean the Angels would have no payroll for next year, which would mean even if Arte sells, people are like, oh man, the owner's going to come in there. It takes a while to get involved, to get everything. Because if you remember, the sale of the Angels happened midway through 2003. Disney did not spend anything on the 2003 team. They knew the team was going to be in transition and sold. Arte took care of it midway to 2003. He took over in 2004. And then 2005, he spent a shit ton of money in the beginning. That's what happened. So it's going to take about a good year for the new owner to get his hands on the team. And once he does that, the new owner would get the green light to do what he or she or the group would do. But in the meantime, they really need to something's got to happen by the end of the year. Side note, thoughts on the OC vibe expansion. The OC vibe, again, the holdup is Arte, and the second version of the OC vibe is not supposed to take place till, I want to say, March. But again, that involves the city owning the land. Arte does not want to start the second phase until he knows he has his greasy, grimy hands on that land and he can recoup the money and give what he wants to the city, which is not much. And the city wants all that shit to either be theirs or to be shared between the Samuelis, Arte, and the city. They want to reap the benefits because the Samuelis gave the city a great deal because all that money is non-taxpayer payments for the OC Vibe Phase 1. That's all the Samuelis' money, $4.1 billion worth. The third part of the Vibe comes from the, I think, the Samuelis and a collaboration with Arte. But Arte has shown no interest in doing that until he gets the land, which, again, the Samuelis are putting more of their own personal money into the next couple phases, but they don't know what's going to happen because Arte's blocking shit. So again, all this is going to go to court. All this is going to mediation. It's going to be interesting. Arte's going to be in a suit more than he wants to in the next 2 months because he's going to be at hearings. He's going to be at city council meetings. He's going to be in court and in mediation. So again, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy time. But I bring that up to say, as far as the play on the field, getting back to the Angels, this Angels team is going to be playing out the August string the rest of the way, just the way they're playing right now, guys. Until we get a regime change, until they dial back on the analytics, you're going to see some games where it's going to be like the Dodgers. You're going to be like, where was this team all year? And then you're going to see some games like you saw against Oakland. Why are they doing that shit? Why are they swinging for the fences? How come there's no good at bats? Why did they make a pitching change? Hell, why did they release Brogdon, one of your best pitchers all year, and you just dump him for no reason? So we're going to see that to the end of the season. My only thing is I just want Ohapi to get out of this funk. I want Neto to keep putting up numbers. I want to see Christian Moore to keep advancing. I want to see Shonawell keep getting hits, and I want to see Trout to get his swing fixed. But I don't think he has time now. He's too invested in on the season. So, and then I want to see the young kids come up and pitch because again, like I said before, every last freaking team in the minors is in last place just about. So there's no playoff chances for any of our minor league teams. Just bring up the kids, let them pitch in September. DFA Tyler Anderson, maybe rest Soriano or give him a couple more starts, then rest him, and then just rookie out the freaking rotation and let them pitch. Let them pitch, let them get their innings, let them get their beat up a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. September is not going to kill us. We've made strides, even if the schedule or the record doesn't show it as much as we would think. I really want this team just to work on its issues the rest of the way. Then Perry can reevaluate everything unless he's fired. And then you bring in a competent manager, and they need to really gut this staff. They really need to gut the staff and start over for next year. And please, if I have another wish, if I can't get this team to the playoffs next year, please, oh, please get rid of the analytics department. Fuck those nerds. I'm sick and tired of them. They have ruined this team. So again, you're going to be stuck with some pretty mediocre baseball down the stretch. So I suggest if you have a football team, have them ready to go, at least for Sundays. Or Saturdays, whether you're college football or NFL, or even hockey coming around the corner, because we're going to be covering that too. Get those teams ready, because be ready, because again, when this Angels team was rolling back in the day, from 2002 to 2009, and then even in those years when they didn't make the playoffs till 14, I was literally like not jumping into football till week 4, week 5 in the season. I was literally, I was like, no, baseball takes priority. I was always like that. But even after the last few years of Socha, and they still weren't making the playoffs, 2020, I was still like, no, baseball's being played in September. I'll watch the games from afar or whatever. I'll catch the replays. But now it's the last couple of years, I just been like, hey, it's September. I'm ready. Week 1, baby. I'm all in. And I would skip Sunday games, which I never really do, but I skip Sunday games. So we have to see, man. It's very difficult to be an Angels fan, and I understand if people bail in July, even because again, this team is this franchise has not been good to you. You as the fan have suffered a lot from ridicule from family members. You've suffered from ridicule from coworkers. It sucks, dude. I mean, I've heard just about every insult towards the Angels way that you can imagine. I'm pretty sure you have too. And it's time, and I want to be with you in the stands, high-fiving you and being like, yeah, man, we're in the playoffs. Can you believe it? And maybe dressed in one of those Angels things like I was earlier in the year with the Halo boys, and just having a good time and saying, this was not worth all the suffering, but God damn it, the suffering's over. It would be one of those times of relief, even if we were the last wild card, just to know that you get in there. Is just going to be an amazing time, and I feel that it's sooner than later. And some of you guys might laugh, some of you guys might be like, you're wishful thinking. I'm not a Halo honk by far, but I can see even with a bad organization, there's at least this year, as bad as they played tonight, there's still been far more positives this season than there has been negatives. And like last year was just a clusterfuck. And this year it's been a little bit better. And I think they're trending up. But again, the offseason will tell you everything. Whether we have a future with a new owner or we're stuck with Arte and we're stuck with, we got to just work with the best we got. And that will be a slow rebuild if that's the case. Very, very, very slow rebuild. If we have a new owner, then it's completely different. Can we get Tell Banner plane sell the Team Artie? Halo Nation, we can. Those planes, if we were to get a fund together, those planes are about $1,500 or $2,000 for about 30 minutes to an hour. So you're talking about 3 or 4 flyovers. Trust me, we've looked into it. You can fly a plane over Anaheim Stadium that says sell the team. So yes, that is very doable. Someone has to set up a GoFundMe. You do that, we can definitely start doing that, because I'm all in. I know you guys are too. Halo's Nation is, Oh Hoppy Fan is, and so I'm really late on everything right here. So I'm just gonna get into the awards for tonight because the Angels seem to have lost like an hour ago, which they did since I was coming back from the game because I'm actually in the stands, unlike Locked on Cox. Yeah, Angels lose tonight 4-1. Let's go over the box score for tonight. Let me just click on it. I had it on the standings. My bad. Tomorrow's a 6:38 start. Tomorrow we're looking for Hendricks to get the win tomorrow, but we'll see. He's got trusting him to get us back on the win streak is not a good thing. I'd say player of the game was De La Cruz. Man, can that guy fly? 2 hits for the guy I wanted to be traded for, Hayes, so he gets a honorable mention. But actually, he got an air. He reached on an air, De La Cruz, but he should have had 2 triples. Guy's batting 275. I think he has 18 homers, 76 RBIs. Dude is really fast. He played really good tonight, and then was good in the infield as well at short. And if you want to talk about Nacho Night, I think you have to give it to a combination. 2 guys, Taylor Ward, Louis Renifo. Ward with a bumbling defense, and then nonchalant, I don't give a fuck in center field. What do you call it? Renifo. I'm watching the highlight right now. He makes a half-ass jump. He was like 3 feet under it, number 1. Number 2, jogging back. So pretty pathetic. So let's I'm not going to do spritz o'clock because we didn't win, but you do get the credit for it, Mateo. So I'll get into some of the comments. I'll run through the TikTok ones because there's way less than I have to go through on the YouTube, and then I'll catch up as we go ahead. Back on TikTok, I got into all those answered about the Manfred ones. Let's see. Jackson said I think Portland would be cool to have. I don't know why they wouldn't be in the same division with the Dodgers. We're both on the West Coast, but you want to keep that American League and National League feel. Plus, you want to keep the rivalries. Yes, the Angels and Dodgers are a rival, but you want to keep also the Padres, Dodgers. You want to keep the Giants, Dodgers, and you want to keep the Diamondbacks. Remember when the Falcons and the Saints were in the NFC mix show says, yes, I do. Also, I'd love to have the Dodgers in the division and make the Freeway Series more than just a gimmick. Also, I read that one. Also, we'd be in last place, LT says. Yes, Artie needs to sell. The future is up in the air. As of right now, not selling. Also, yes, Nashville, Rich said, would be really cool. Yeah, I don't know why they got rid of Brogdon. No, I don't believe we can make it. J17 says, I feel like we're in a different division. We would be a better team. That's, again, you need pitching. Christian says, I'm ready for football by May now. This organization, the shit organization. I'm sure we are going to get Minutaka. Oh, yeah, the guy from Japan. Also, I cheer for this team and support them, and Artie spits in my mouth. It's true. This team is getting better despite Artie. We're getting closer slowly but surely. That's the problem. Sell the team game at Angel Stadium. Need to set it up. Well, you need to get the other podcasts involved because we can pull some people, but they need to pull their strings too. And again, I'm not going to mention names. Cocked on. They did not want to do that, and they said they were, and they backed out on it. And so yes, you need to get. They're one of the biggest ones. You got to get them involved, and if you can't get them involved, it's not going to happen. Because you got to turn the heads of the honks. The honks are the ones that screw everything up. Let's go over here. Like I said, Mateo gets credit for the spritz o'clock. Mateo also says he's fat. I'll give you that one right there. Arte Moreno's made his pockets fat.
This fat son of a bitch is going to trial us all out.
Calm down, okay? All right?
He's fat.
I'll send Locked On the Angels an email. Good. Send it to him. I bet you they'll ghost you. Mateo says, oh no, we suck again. Yes, we do suck again.
Oh no! We suck again!
Mario says we can't beat the Reds for some reason. Q Lombardi. Cincinnati owns us, that's for sure.
What the hell's going on out here?
Yes, we did lose tonight, Cole says. Also, Louis Renifo was in center field. Q Lombardi.
What the hell's going on out here?
I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of those tonight. What the hell is going on out here? The Halo blows back again, Jack says. Luke says, love the misery. Mateo says, I'm going to be straight up. This game was boring. Luke says, 3 triples. That's crazy. Red's putting you back in your beds. Nighty night. Yeah, exactly. Actually, Oakland did that to us, Jack, or whatever you want to call them. Vote for Bond says again. Oh, no, we suck again.
No! We suck again!
Yes. Mario says post-game show says Halo's lost 9 in a row against the Reds. Holy shit. What are we even supposed to do at this point? I don't know, man. I don't know. Right now, it's hard to say what we're gonna do. Again, like I said, this team gives you nothing to hang your hat on. We actually have to just see what they do. I mean, they don't tell the fans nothing. There is no plan. Tyler says, actually, Locked On is going to the bowling thing with a Hoppy, which is interesting because we go there and we're going to be there. We need to talk to them in person. Yeah. Fat chance of that. They're going to avoid me like I have leprosy. Mateo says, oh, no, what happened? The Reds told us this tonight.
Oh, no. What happened? Oh, no, how terrible. That's just awful. How terrible. Oh, no.
Also, why was Renifo in center field?
What the hell's going on out here?
That would be a Ray Montgomery move. Also, if anyone thinks Montgomery is an actual manager material, look no further than the swap out of Renifo into center field. That was Nevin-like move and possibly one of the dumbest moves I've seen all season. Jack says it's Gavin Fucks. You mean this guy?
What's going on, everybody? My name is Gavin Carlson, former credentialed journalist in the LA area. How about a yummy tasting nut? You guys are crazy. Hello, Halo Nation. Hello, Halo hopefuls, and welcome back. What's going on, everybody? My name is Gavin Carlson. Don't get it twisted. You've probably heard of Viagra or Cialis. It's hard. It's hard. Oh, man, it feels great. Oh, yummy. Oh, how about a yummy? Oh, magic. Oh, my goodness. Come on. Tasting nut. Guys.
Interesting show they have over there. Mateo says Matty V and Gooby vibe together. They do. I didn't hear him tonight because I was there. I don't know what's worse, the Angels or the Vikings cheerleaders. Q Lombardi. Boy, those Vikings cheerleader guys are getting a lot of attention.
What the hell's going on out here?
Jack says, when triples are hit against the Angels, you better be rubbing your nipples. Man, I don't know about rubbing my nipples, but that was definitely hard to see.
This fat son of a bitch is gonna drown us all out!
Calm down, okay? All right?
He's fat!
Corey says, I think Artie is going to call or sell because he's going to have to spend millions upon billions of dollars no matter what. We'll see. I'm just praying that Perry gets fired and we hire an actual manager who puts the team in position to win games and says, screw you, dumbass, freaking analytics nerds. Alfonso says, oh no, we suck again, just like Gavin on those juice nuts. Juicy nuts. Juice nuts. Oh, God. What am I doing?
Oh no! We suck again!
Tyler says, why do the Halos got to treat our boy Matty V with a loss? Because they don't respect anybody. Roger's probably like, don't worry, guys. We got a lot of baseball left to be played.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Nick Tate says, this game was tough. Almost every inning, there was something stupid. Well, you ain't lying, Nick. Also, Courtney says, as an outfielder in college, Taylor Ward takes the worst angles. Looks uncomfortable and is straight up trash. He needs to go. Again, Courtney, I'm with you 100%. And at this point, I can do without his 30 and 100. And that sounds stupid, but I know you can get 30 and 100 from another outfielder. There's a lot of outfielders out there. Taylor Ward may suck, but he's better than Trout at this point in Trout's career. Again, Courtney, you're right. I agree with you. But Alfonso, you bring up a very interesting point. Uh, also, is there any update on Ron's health situation? He's done. He is done. Well, hello yourself, Thurman, right there, 007. Also, Renee Blow. Alfonso says Taylor Ward is a poor man's version of Garrett Anderson. Oh, don't do my boy Garrett Anderson like that. Listen, I would go to highlights. Listen, Garrett Anderson, although not the fastest of fleet on his feet, dude slid and made catches, was not afraid to get his jersey dirty. I'm wearing a goddamn Garrett Anderson jersey as we speak. That's blasphemous. Plus, his throw, go back and watch the highlights. He had a nonchalant windup with his arm, but his arm was great. He could throw people out at home base and third base. Garrett Anderson was no slouch in the outfield. A lot of people said he was lazy, but he kept that like, I'm not going to say nothing, not get, like if you ever watch old school Lakers and you remember Eldon Campbell, he was a lot like that. A lot of people said Eldon Campbell was lazy as a Laker, but dude would hustle. He didn't smile, didn't have any kind of expression on his face, but that's just who he was. Garrett was like the same way. And Garrett Anderson actually played defense. He was really good. Jack says, this, I used this post game to pass out with my ass out. That's awesome, Jack. Appreciate it. Blood Moon says, Dodgers got walked off by the Rockies. Give me Benji Gill as manager, Jerry Reyes says. Halo Honks or Halo Homie says, a discussion needs to be had about Trout still hitting third. He's striking out at a record pace. He looks lost up there. He's looking for walks instead of being aggressive at the plate. And again, when he's aggressive at the plate, that leg is lifting up way too high and he's striking out too much. So I don't think he should be batting third either, Halo Homie. He should be batting sixth. If you're able to put Ohapi down, you should be able to put him down in the order as well. Taylor is so bad it's embarrassing for him in the organization. I'd put him back at catcher before I'd start him in left field. I'd put him in right field right now. Adrian says, can we bring back Mickey? No. Tyler says, skip Schumacher. Chris says, this reminding me of 2019. We swept the Dodgers, had a chance at the postseason, then losses to Detroit and Baltimore. Man, that's going back. Danny says, it's officially football season. Let's go Raiders, from a sad team to another. Also, just put Kikuchi in the center field. Okay, Jack, you're just hating now. Whatever happened to Chris Taylor? I thought he was on a 10-day IL. I thought so too, but apparently a fractured wrist is longer than 10 days. Tomorrow, win against the Dodgers, Garcia says, Houston and Seattle. Also, you have Kevin benched Renifo. That's right. Or Nevin. Luke says, I took Ginty in through first round of fantasy draft. Haha, I'm crazy. I know. Oh, Ginty. See, he's already getting the fantasy going. Salinese says, whoever found the picture of Gooby with the Firebird and plastered it on the TV broadcast deserves the Stamos. That had me dying. Laugh out loud. The most entertaining part of the game, which is terrible at this point. Reds own the Angels. Tamir 20 says. Also, Taylor Ward getting doubled up at second on a screamer to first base. Shake my head. He's fat. Yeah, I mean, no hustle once again.
This fat son of a bitch is going to drown us all out. Calm down, okay? All right? He's fat.
Daniel says Trout should go back to his old stance. Let's see. Also, can we play the Dodgers again? Courtney says the only thing that can save us now is Joe Madden's mohawk. That's a good throwback. Can we call it more prospects? Jules says yes, we can, and we should. And are we really bringing back number 14 for nostalgia in 26? That would be great to bring him back, but that's not going to happen. Again, as long as we have these analytic nerds in power, there's no way that's going to happen. Good night, y'all, and I'm going to cope with bed. Okay. Good night, Ohapi fan. Quick, someone play some Nickelback. Yeah, we should. Less at stadium because school started. There you go, Therm. Also, kind of funny how we own the Dodgers, but the Reds own us. Another example of how bipolar this team is. Just rub Kikuchi's Gucci. Trout may need glasses. Maybe that he just can't see. I can't explain his lightning fast decline. The Archangel says, I heard Gavin does the splits where he goes number 2. DJ says, I had to replay Renifo's outfield footwork mistake to explain to my 11-year-old baseball player playing son looked bad out there. Yikes. Yeah, that was terrible. Mario says, Todd, Marcia has something you can rub if you see if it pops out. No, I don't want to do that. When does the stadium audit news drop? That should be October, November. Michael says, do you think the Angels will win the MLB on Fox? You meant Fox, Cancun World Series. I think they're already in first place. LV says, we're so fucked. Saucy says, obviously competitive. I can't handle these meaningful games. Jack also says, this team will make the ALCS in 2045. The Angels need to hire Javi Baez to show Trout how to revive his career. That's a good one right there. Or get Pujols back. That check ain't looking good that he was asking for. Also, Alfonso says 2026 comeback player of the year, number 6. Number 6 will take us to the promised land, which there's a good chance that Rendon will not be extended, but number 6 will be gone. Would like to see Robert Stevenson back in the rotation. Rally Halo says, boy, that experiment hasn't worked. Supposedly he'll be going on next year. Glad to not make the playoffs this season. Honestly, if we do, we'd get clapped worse than 2014. But at least we'd be there. My heart goes on, Tamir 20 says. Also, keep up the great work, Todd. Thanks for all the hard work you put in. Thank you, LV. Alfonso says, I really think Trout needs a slump buster. Marsha. Luke also says, if you were a real fan, you could spell his name. Jack says, Angels need to pick up Pujols, Mike Piazza, Johnny Damon. Halo Boots says, yes, stand firm. Don't sell out to Artie. There you go. Number 6 fans stand up. Not one finger. The city needs to give him a full fist. Hell yeah, Cali Angels, baby. I think Arte Moreno put the team up for sale to find out how much the franchise is worth. Then he can leverage with the banks to do whatever he wants except putting a winner on the field. That's probably the best analogy right there of what's probably happening behind the scenes. But you see the Angels are bringing back small ball, or we cooked with the 231 hitters. No, we only bring back small ball if they're able to ditch some of those nerds. I think one of the 2 expansion teams will be Nashville or Memphis. No, it's going to be Nashville for sure. It won't be Memphis. Memphis does not hold baseball good. Trust me, I lived there for 3 years, and they didn't talk a lick of baseball. Nothing. You had some talk of the Cardinals, but because the Memphis Redbirds were played there, the AAA affiliate of the Cardinals, but that's it. I mean, other than that, they could give 2 shits about Major League Baseball. Arkansas Angels. Also, you have Michael saying, yeah, that came out years ago. MLB wants to model the MLB or the NBA where all the teams play each other. That's kind of like what they're doing right now. Eric Ward says, who the hell would go watch baseball in Utah? Beautiful state, but not sure if it could support a baseball team. I think it can. No Dinner was way earlier. Also, Jack says 49ers fans whine less than Angels fans. Are you a Rams fan, Jack? Also, bring KC to the West Division and send Houston back to the NL. The Astros will actually be in the Central or the Southwest, I believe. Yeah, Southwest. The alignment does make sense. It does. Portland Roses, Los Angeles Giants, Los Angeles Padres. Okay. Alfonso also says alignment doesn't matter if you suck. Division doesn't matter. Houston sucked until they came to the American League. True. The plumber right there loves the Renifo hustle tonight. I do too. Hey, don't disrespect Salt Lake Bees baseball. That's not me. What kind of ass name is Orlando Dream? That's what they want. That's exactly what they want. Halo Boot says audit Artie, face turquoise, speaker shape. Okay. Montreal sucked, but they had so many awesome players come through there. They were like the Pirates franchise in Canada. Also, Vote for Bond says, I'd be happy if Artie just selling to minority shareholders, which they could. If they had a panel, this team would be a lot better. Wish Disney would buy them again. We have to get number 27 and number 6 extended, Jack says. Can we please read the oh geez, you're way behind. Also, Alfonso says Artie's going to the big house. Angels finally will be sold. How's Artie's health? It's good, apparently. He would drop the soap for sure. Artie isn't selling. That bastard will take this team to the grave. Dan says, dude, I seriously think your site is getting suppressed. There was no alert. Check it, or maybe it's Randy. No, it's not Randy. Randy's been trying to get us working in the right direction, but buying when we should have sold right there. I agree, Plumber. This team really dropped the ball this year because we're so competitive. MLB on Fox already put the Angels in the Cancun series, so don't worry. Thank you. Halo Nation says F football. I'm so ready for duck season, DJ says. That's right around the corner. We'll have all the coverage here on the network. Chargers coverage. No, we're going to be doing NFL coverage. We're going to be unbiased, calling all the teams on here. So if you like football, you want to see individual matchups, highlights, also predictions, well, you come to the right place. Fire Perry, he sucks. The results under his regimes have sucked. Hold his fat ass accountable. So yes,
This fat son of a bitch is gonna try us all out.
Calm down, okay? All right?
He's fat.
Mario says maybe Gavin Newsom will buy the team. Bring back Tent City behind Big A. Charge $500 for cheap seats. Get your shit together. Halo Nation says can't stand the NFL. El Bardo says I can confirm no notification. Artie shadow banning Heedy. Jesus, man, what is going on? Also, what is wrong with Trout? A lot of things. We got into that earlier. They got fair and square tonight. That's a good team over there. They got beat fair and square. They're in Cincinnati. They're trying to get to the postseason. They sure are. Dan says also ready for my Rams. It's preseason, yes, but we look good. 11 wins coming. Winning the West, I don't think so. Also, Albardo says it sucks to suck. I'm a Halo and Cowboys fan. At least your Cowboys get to the playoffs. How long is it? Oh, geez, Mateos. It's like anyone got it worse than I do. I don't know what that means. Well, as far as the Cowboys, and yes, you could be a Jets fan like Randy. Can we really get to the Tell banner playing? Oh, yeah, I read that one earlier. They're talking about football right there. Yes, you backed it up, Randy, right there. The Angels have lost 9 straight against the fucking Reds, Gibby says. Dan says Padres got screwed tonight. Xander got a home run taken away from his BS season. Fuck the Cowboys. Yeah, you guys are in right there. Let's see. We're 1 to 2 years max away from the playoffs. Cocked on locked, locked on cocked. Marsha wants to set up a F me page, emotional damage. That would be disgusting. And there would be plenty of emotional damage seeing any of that.
Emotional damage.
The season starts next year. No.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Also, let's see. The player of the game is subscribing to the biggest fraud on YouTube. Ooh, well, you guys are going back and forth. I don't even know why I read that one. Because Luke's been getting you and Jack's been getting him. Hopefully Jackson will be able to suit up LT. Dan, he had a blood clot issues. He's talking about the Rams right there. Which day is 714 ticket today? It was today. So it was today, and we got smashed. Also, why is Renifo in center field anyway? His only experience out there is in right. Move Adele to center. Who coaches this team? Helen Keller. Also, having the Expos would be awesome to have them back. Oregon would be a terrible place to build a baseball field. It rains 90% of the time. Yeah, they would have a freaking dome. Let's see. Angels fan Dan says, "Oh my God, your reading is whack." That's not what I said. Geez, here we go. Callie says Giffey's read on the ball was so atrocious. Then the hustle to the ball was pathetic. Again, the dude should be benched. Absolutely. What happens to the first step back, Renifo? Yeah, I don't understand, dude. I don't understand. Let's see. We suck again. Plus, the audit is good for us. The Angels fan base sell the team, please, Artie, ASAP. Mateo says, if you have credentials, shouldn't you have them forever? Yes. It's your boy says, call me a fake fan, but haven't paid legit attention in like a month or more. Laugh out loud. Take me back to May when folks were saying we'd make the playoffs. Yeah, I know. Also, Mario says if Locked On Gavin doesn't work out for him, I hear the Vikings cheer team has openings. Silent E says when we get back into contention for the fans that stuck around through all the suffering, the victory will be sweeter than this. Sweeter team is. See, I'm reading too fast. The victory will be all the sweeter when this team is about as tolerable right now as a yummy tasting nut. Just ask Gavin. Also, what is he's fat thing from a movie? I assume no. It's actually a wrestling interview. That is a wrestler going crazy again. That's Scott Steiner. Read the Padres thing again slower about Alexander. My God, sorry. We sweep the Dodgers. What's causing this problem? Analytics, straight up. Analytics. Trout says, no wonder why we've been losing. Every time Mateo gets a spritz, we lose the next day. Taylor Ward is not an outfielder. Send him down. Call up Matt Lugo or Rada. Stephen A. Smith on ESPN. Okay. What do you think? What happens first? Joe Adele gets 100 RBIs for the season, or Trout hits 400 homers? I think at this point it's going to be freaking Joe Adele. Joe Flacco named starting quarterback for the Browns. Okay. Also, Garrett Anderson was elite outfielder. It's your boy says, I miss Garrett Anderson. Wish we had a few more years like him, a few more players like him the last decade. Absolutely. Also, Thice says, send Taylor Ward down. He has an 800 OPS. Yeah, exactly. You can't send him down. His bat's good, but you'd love to see him as a DH. Mike Trout is striking out a lot. He is striking out a grip. Garrett Anderson got the cream from Barry Bonds. Jeez, he was not Barry Bonds, but he was really good. We should hire Jared Weaver as a pitching coach. Your thoughts, Jules? I would say yes, but he's also said he does not have the patience to talk to players, and he gets too angry. So he's enjoyed his time. Trust me. Being retired. Moron that ran on the field was probably the most exciting thing. It was DJ. I think he's gonna be a free agent, number 6. Gavin's Giants beat the Padres tonight. Yep. Giants fan all the way right there. Who needs October baseball when you have September misery every year? Fuck Artie and D's nuts.
These nuts. Got him. Got him.
The only reason why I keep coming back to the post-game show is because of all of you heady OGs. Hell yeah. Cultural House says Angels are only good when they're playing the Dodgers. They're pretty much ass against the other 29 teams. Soon to be 31. Also, we should go egg Artie's house until he sells the team. I would. Angels Fan Dan says, I bet you drove your teachers and substitutes crazy. Yes, I did. I sure did. They were always telling me, you have so much potential, but you never apply yourself. So there you go. What do you think about Trent's take on tonight's entertaining game was? I didn't hear it. I don't know what he said. You'd have to fill me in on that one. Angels are extending number 6 for a lifetime contract. Also, EQ says, would you rather have Brandon Wood in your lineup or have Aaron Loop in your bullpen? I think Aaron Loop at this point. I'm calling the 2014 Angels to come back because this is unacceptable. Is there MLB expansion where the Angels play? No. It's going to be out in the Midwest area or East Coast. When sells the team night? I don't know. Like I said before, we got to get that together with every other podcast. They've got to jump in. We got to get other pages and other Instagram, TikTok creators involved. Let's trade Trout for Ramon Laureano. He probably hit more home runs. Serious question. When Trout retires, will he be a Hall of Famer? Yes, absolutely. He will be a Hall of Famer, and 5 years later, he'll be first ballot. Trust me, despite his back end. Also, Angel Fan Dan says, one more time, Alexander had a home run taken away by a review that the outfielder was interfered. I didn't see the game. I was at the game, so I didn't see what that happened. So it was interfered by a fan. Replays clearly showed there was no interference. Got you. So, yeah, I mean, it would be nice for the Padres to get back in it because I have a feeling the Dodgers might pull away again. Hell yeah says should have traded Ward and Renifo at the deadline. Yeah, he should have. They should have. but they didn't do it. Orlando Dream sounds like the WNBA team Q Lombardi. Yeah, that is a very feminist name for a baseball team.
What the hell's going on out here?
I don't like it. Pool says, yeah, you guys need me. Mateo says you need Gary DiSarcina. Sega Boy says, I'm ready to jump back. I'm ready to jump from the big A for you pool hosts. Also, the Cincinnati shit fucks. Mike Trout says, where's the meme of my heart will go on with a meme of it? Eric Homer or Hosmer hit the home run against the Angels in the 2014 playoffs. EQ says, I can't wait until the season is over, about to be over, and what's going to happen with the future of the Angels. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff up in the air. I'm ready for baseball season. Ron managed like Joe Madden tonight. If not for baseball season to end, football sucks. Or he says the end of football sucks. Shut up, Angel fan Dan. He's trolling because he was a substitute teacher. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Let's see. Todd, for shits and giggles, can you play the Marshall Award? Yeah, why not? Let's play that. Where is it?
I need your seed.
Who's got the biggest biceps? Marsha. Who's got shoulders like a man? Marsha. Who's got a ring that's rich? Marsha. Who's got a thing for young surfers? Marsha. Who put the tree off the grill? Marsha. Who could slam a shack? Marsha.
Congratulations, pal.
Also, Strange says it would be nice to see Arte Moreno or Yummy Tasting Nuts Gavin get rock bottom multiple times through a table. Also, the meeting on the mound was brought to you in part by Max Market Pros. Yes, Max Market Pros. If you're looking to get your website going, your social media, your small business, they can get you to the top with their Google search, as they are Google certified, to get your name up in lights and top of everyone's search engine. I miss Savage Garden. Just an option. We've gone all season without it. I think we'll bring back some form of it next year, for sure. Also, EQ says, would you rather have Squid in your lineup or Andrew Heaney? Andrew Heaney, no doubt, Andrew Heaney. And then let's see, where is it? The other one there want to play here for my boy Grillmaster. Where is it? Where is it? That one I always lose track of, and I should just put it to the top of the list. But again, this thing changes more than a woman's personality. Swear to God. Where is it? Let's see. And it's not this one.
I want balls and John Stamos.
Oh, it's this
Let me
one.
tell you something about my guy, John Stamos. So I was able to go in the back bedroom and unscrew the old balls and running up my butt right now. You get out of it what you put into it. John Stamos choked on me. He was so great.
Also, Eric Ward says, I have faith, Halo fans. The season starts tonight, and at least we're not in last place. It could be worse. You could have to watch the Halos lose and get smashed by Marcia. All about perspective. They have come a little bit, come a ways from last year. But the season does start tonight.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Gavin Lux still has the Dodger DNA in him to beat us. Yeah, he had a nice home run to start that game off. Andrew says, gonna be a longer line to get to Tacos Los Cholos into the Big A in September. Yeah, you're gonna be able to walk right in for sure. Also, one of these days, I'm gonna call in drunk as hell and tell Artie how I really feel. Also, I will make a GoFundMe for the advertisement plane, which again, it's not much to pay. Adrian says, "Oh no, what happened?" Where is that?
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
Courtney says, "I don't think anyone understands how hard the last week has been for me. Being with a Dodger fan and gloating about our sweep. Oh no! Just for Nick, her boyfriend, by the way, who's a Dodger fan, to turn around and say his team will be playing in October." And that right there, Angel fans, is what we face on a daily from our significant other, workmates, classmates, friends, family, you name it. That is the frustration of being an Angels fan. And yet, even if we don't go to Arte Moreno and tell him we need pitching, even if we go to him and we don't go to him and tell him about how frustrated we are as baseball fans, I would just love to tell him those kind of experiences because you are such a shit owner and you've hired some shit people. We have a shit team that now all we ever hear is shit from everybody else. Travis says, I'm going to all 3 games this series because this is my last time going to Angel games. I'm moving out of here. Travis, come by and say hi. We'll be at the game tomorrow. So if you're leaving, Travis, come by 260 again, right by where the video camera guy is. Come over. We're right there, and I'm also going to be at the Cubs series. So I know you're moving out of state. That sucks, but you can still follow the team. But come by, man, and say hi. And if you got the Dan Heron one, is it right in the comics? Is there any like Trout one that you want, or I have? If there's any other bobblehead that you didn't get a chance to get, I may have an extra one. I could bring you one because I wouldn't want to give or I can get you a shirt, whatever you want, dude. Or just let me know because I do like gifts like anybody else. But my mom was always like, "Hey, man, you got to give something back too." So it's hard to just take something for free. Yeah, I'm not saying it's wrong. I mean, it's just I don't know. That's just how I was raised. I wouldn't. I'd feel bad if you're leaving. I'd want to give you a going away present. You know what I'm saying? So I've never met you, but that's just how we are, dude. That's how we are at Heedy, man. So message me what bobbleheads you have left. Okay, I'll hit you up after. So you got any tickets for Friday? Possibly. I haven't gotten those big freaking amounts of tickets like I did earlier in the season because I think he's been giving them away. My boy has been giving them away to people that haven't gone. They're trying to fill those seats up. But oh yeah, there you go. I met you. I was the videographer for the Otapi bowling event last year. Okay. Got you, Travis. Got you. I think I remember you. That sucks. You're going out of town. That's for sure. It sucks. Let me put. But remind me tomorrow. Pass it to the left. Remind me tomorrow. Let's see. Also, hey! It's time for the Jack run and some munchies. Cube Bally's. Yeah, we need to find out what's going on. I'm so mad I got rid of the Jack in the Box commercial. Purple People Leader says Artie is the worst professional owner. That's for sure. I think he said that before. We are beyond keeping our composure at this point. Trash Halos. No, come on. You got to keep your composure. First, you got to. Oh, sorry. Wait, that's our outfield. That's how they were playing tonight. Keeping our composure is this one.
Come on, all right, everybody. That's what I'm talking about, guys. We've made a great effort so far. Let's just keep it up.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure! We've come too far! There's too much to lose! We've got to just keep our composure!
Let's see. We got Damo on here. He says, Todd, we got to do lunch. And don't forget my Big A Millennium Falcon bobblehead. Yes, I will have that for you, my friend. Let me know when you want to do lunch. I do have that one for you right there. Also, when does a Pac-Man soundbite make an appearance? Well, it could be right now. I put the bat signal out there. We may have a call in. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens right now. Where is it? I had the Pac-Man right here. As far as what we need to do with some of these announcers, like Trent Rush and Roger Lodge, we need to tell them,
You're fired!
Ray Montgomery.
You're fired! What?
Perry Manassi.
You're fired! What?
And also all the analytic douchebags.
You're fired! What?
Yes. Also, I think everyone needs a good Trent Rush pep talk. Oh, okay, Travis. Let me Let me give you what I think Trent Rush is saying right now. Hey, guys, don't get your panties in a bunch. We still got appearances at Brewery X. We still got a lot of baseball left to be played, as Roger says. I like the chip off this team. I really like the fact that they play really hard. They don't have cheap at bats. I like the way Ohapi's swinging. Ohapi is just on it right now. He's locked in. And those pitchers, oh my gosh. I am just rubbing my nipples as we speak. I love these pitchers right now. We are not making mistakes in the zone, and we are not leaving home runs out and over the plate that they're hit over the fence 600 feet. I love this team. This team is so good. Roger Lodge knows good baseball, and this is a good baseball team. Arte Moreno's building a winner for you. That's Trent Rush. Thanks, guys. Also, have the red stream on my Fire Stick. Even they said our pitcher got squeezed. Yeah, I mean, look, the strike zone is what it is. They're playing way better than they should be pitching wise at times. They are getting screwed sometimes, but defensively we've been bad. And again, if you're not hitting, it's over with. Grillmaster says, while I'm taking my coworker and his friend to the game for my birthday Saturday, quite a few people I know are also going. My neighbor and his family, who are Cubs fans, and a piece of my family are going too. Okay, well, that's cool, man. If you get a chance, like I said, come by, say hi. If you're going to order some shirts, I'll have some there for you, or I might have one. Well, I'll have one for you, Grill, but I still got to make some money for our next brand of shirts. So if your friends want to buy some, they can buy some, but I'll have a free one for you. I think you're a large, right? See, I want to troll Roger by calling into a show and playing the season starts tonight soundbite after the last game of the season. I'm going to play it before the last game of the season, and probably he'll be like,
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
EQ says, bro, you have this Trent Rush on point. Thank you, sir. Dodger Lodge. Hey, there's a lot of baseball left to be played, and we are going to win pretty soon. I swear to God we are, because Arte Moreno, the house that the Cowboy built, that Arte Moreno made so much better, a.k.a. the Big A, is going to be rocking in late September when this team makes a comeback into the wild card. Mark my words, it's the Roger Lodge Sports Lodge stamp of approval. It's the guarantee. Lodge's lock. I want to see Trent make eye contact with Todd. He has. He does not like me. He knows who I am, which I love. You forgot about his boner for talking about the 25U squad. I can't recreate his boner because it's really small. Also, I forgot whatever happened to the 2 jerseys I asked your guy to make. You never ordered them. I see people ask me, hey, can you get me a jersey? I said, yeah, I have to pay the dude. He just doesn't make them for free. So, like, if you send me the money, I'll send him the money. Then he makes the jersey, and then you get the set jersey. So you're calling me out, Mr. Substitute Teacher, and I love you, Dan, but you know how like transactions work, right? I mean, I just can't be like, hey, order me this, because then what if he doesn't get his money? You know, that's how that goes. You know, you got to get paid for your work. That's give and take. It's capitalism, baby. Courtney says, I'm not sure why analytics took over the last couple of years. I know baseball isn't an easy sport. So how is analytics making the game easier? Make contact, move runners over, no errors. Dude, Courtney comes with fire. And that's the thing. She's a player. She's a former player. She understands it. She gets it. She was a grinder. She was the type of hitter that would take the extra base and make the player throw to second base, or you know what I'm saying? So she's the type of hitter that would, again, put these hitters on the field to shame, because she's not looking for, you know, to put the ball with exit velocity. She just wants to get on base. So she does any kind of thing that she possibly can to get on base. Angels Fan Dad says, oh, that part, what you said, you did say, I'll see what I can do to make it what I asked. We never got to pay the part. That's what I'm saying. But like I said, I can get you, Dan, per jersey 35. I know that. That's the cheapest I can get him to go. Usually he charges people like $60, but I can get him for as low as 35. and that's because I've known him for so long. He's done all of my jerseys because I refuse to pay $150 for a fucking jersey. That's ridiculous. Yes, I'll take a large. Getting smaller. Thanks, bro. Yes, you are. Keep it simple. Courtney says, Prince says, Roger taking Gene Autry's name in vain again. That's what he does. Eric says, moist, moist, moist. And then Courtney says, stop it. It's disgusting. Well, I'm sorry, Courtney, but we have to add someone to the page. Arte Moreno. Oh,
jeez. Hey, how long are you gonna have me on hold, Sparky?
It's Todd Fox, by the way, Artie, and I know your triumphant return. A lot of people have been asking for you to come back on. There's a lot of freaking news about you. You got a rough couple months coming up here. Maybe you should lay off the sauce. I love that smiley picture, by the way.
Oh, that's me being thinking positive. What's the word I'm looking for?
Positive.
Yeah. Woo! You got it, my boy. Oh boy, hey, Angels fans, don't worry. I got a plan for next year.
What's the plan? What's the plan?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know? Sorry, Todd. Top secret.
Okay, Artie. Well, I have a question for you. It's by EQ. And again, if you want questions for Arte Moreno, please put them in the comments. EQ says, "Hey, Artie, do you have Trout as a bootlicking houseman? Is that why you signed him? Does he do everything you ask him to do?"
Oh, I signed him because he was great, and then he double-crossed me and just stopped playing. Usually how it goes.
By the way, Mario says, "Where's the Ride the White Pony music, Artie?"
Hey, I was partying earlier to some 80s hits. And I had Tofuti and Sapphire here dancing all about in their underwear. Oh, Todd, what a sight. Except, I'll tell you right now, Todd, Tofuti's put on a few pounds. I don't know if I approve.
Is that all the baloney you've been throwing at her, or what?
Well, no, I throw it at Sapphire. Tofuti eats it. Well, I hate wasting food, Todd. I hate it.
Okay, yeah. Well, speaking of food, Eric wants to know: do you have any plans for upgrading those delicious and moisty Hoffer dogs?
Moist. I got a great deal for everybody. I hope you're excited, but for next season, we're gonna have the Costco hot dogs. Woo!
Hey, that's an upgrade. I like that. Costco hot dogs are awesome. Now, do you?
Yeah, except you're gonna pay $12.50 for one.
Do you at least get a drink for them? Because at Costco they're $1.50 with a drink.
Oh, you can get a drink. That'll be $9.38 for that small Coke.
Boy, Artie, you really know how to stick it to the fans.
Oh, hey, I'm a businessman, Todd. I have to do something to keep the lights on.
What about the city? What are you going to do with all that retrofitting and all that stuff?
Who?
The city. They're going to make you upgrade the stadium.
Oh, Los Angeles?
To make it safe. No, Anaheim.
Anaheim. Oh, where the stadium's at.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, they do whatever they want. I don't care. As long as I get those hot dogs in, I only have to pay $1, Todd. $1.50. I make a profit of $9. I'll be rolling in it.
$9 per hot dog. God damn. Courtney wants to know, hey, Artie, are we going to have more Christmas in June next year?
Hey there, Courtney. Wink, wink. What's going on, girl?
Hey, come on. You have your wife, Artie, and you have your 2 girlfriends. I don't think you could take on another. Plus, she's already with a man. She's got a Dodger fan as a boyfriend.
Oh, hey. What do you mean I can't take care of it? I make Dr. Bus look like a eunuch.
For all those that don't know, Dr. Bus was quite the player. He got as much sex as Magic Johnson, apparently.
And for all those who don't know what a eunuch is, ask Todd.
You know what, Artie? Go F yourself. Artie doesn't answer to small fries like Anaheim. Wow. Prince is giving you a lot of love right there.
Oh, Prince! I love your music, pal. I thought he died.
That's not the same Prince.
This is what it sounds like when doves cry.
Ask Artie if he's interested in retiring in Leisure World.
No.
Also, Edgar says, Artie, do you take leftover fair food and resell it at Angel Stadium?
Only the funnel cakes. Because those are good. You throw them in the microwave, Todd. They're like brand new. Have you ever had one? It's amazing. No. Oh yeah, they're rejuvenated and everything. I tip my hat to modern science, Todd. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm going. Wait.
Wait. I have another question. Maybe I shouldn't ask this. Maybe I shouldn't ask this question, but Mario.
Okay, I'm done. Woo, that was a mess. Tofuti, mop now! Look at Tofuti coming here with her love handles. You're fat.
Stop fat shaming. Stop fat shaming the woman, please. That's terrible, Artie. You can get canceled for that. Actually, do that, please. Continue.
Oh, she looks like Shirley from What's Happening.
That's a reference that 95% of the audience doesn't know.
Oh, come on. You guys gotta watch Me TV.
Travis says, Artie, I hear there is a regressing big name on the free agent market next season. Thoughts?
Yeah, I'll think about it. Why should I go into the market when I have a whole team already?
He says max deal. Max deal.
Well, who's Max? Can he pitch?
Jules says sell the team, Artie. Courtney says, Artie, Artie, will you at least have the Angels play the Savannah Bananas on a regular basis?
Hey, that's a great idea. I think that would be a lot of fun. The Angels versus the Bananas. We'll probably lose those two.
Also, Anthony Cortez says, am I the only one who hates the stupid fireman helmet on the home run sellies?
Oh, you need to be a hater for our local heroes in LA Unified School Fire Department District. How dare you? How dare you? Those men put their lives on the line day in, day out. The least you could do is say you like their helmet.
Prince is talking about food that you pasteurize in the microwave, along with Mario saying that would you please put in some Costco pizza instead of the rubber pizza from OG's.
Purple rain! Purple rain! Oh, I love that song. Todd always makes me cry. Prince, I love you, man. I never got to see you in concert. You're the cat's meow.
Strange says, ask Artie if Gavin is his favorite Uber driver.
Who? Gavin Newsom?
No, not that Gavin. The Gavin that likes the yummy tasting nuts.
Oh, queer boy.
You're gonna get me in trouble on here.
I heard everything about him from my good buddy Terry Smith. He told me everything, Todd. Oh, the little innuendos he was throwing his way. Oh, that guy's he said that he floats half an inch off the ground. Is that true?
I don't know what that has to do with anything, but okay.
Let me tell you, Todd. I've had a couple of drunk nights at Chico's myself. Of course, I was the DJ. I was playing Thompson Twins all night. Woo! I got tore up, Todd. I woke up in the alley smelling of bourbon and Vaseline.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I don't know what happened, but my skin was moist for at least 2-3 weeks.
That's just, bet you couldn't sit down either. Tyler
No,
says,
I kept slipping off the chair.
Getting some new noises out of Artie tonight. Also, ask Artie if he's excited about new Taylor Swift album dropping.
Oh, I'm just excited about Taylor Swift dropping. Give me 5 minutes of room with her, Todd. I'll give 3 minutes to spare. Maybe we could talk about stuff.
Artie's Courtney wants to know, we put our lives on the line every day being Angel fans for your trash ass team. What kind of get back do we get?
Hey there, Courtney. Hello there. What you doing?
Will you stop hitting on her? She has a legitimate question.
Oh, I'm a male chauvinist pig, is what you're saying, right, Todd?
Listen, I'm not.
Can never win with you, Todd.
I'm not cockblocking. I'm just saying she has a man.
I'm just being a gentleman. Hey, Courtney, my wife said it was cool.
Jesus Christ. Trash says, bring back the cowboy hat. Artie jams to Tarzan boy in a loincloth. Artie is looking for some West End girls.
A classic. That's a classic.
Also, I feel bad. Artie, I feel bad for Terry broadcasting from a van with expired tags. At least pay his tags. Are you okay, Artie?
No, I choked. I choked a bit there. Sorry. Sorry about that.
Got him.
Terry has his tags are up to date. He just has a flat tire. That's all. Let me tell you something. You get a foot in front of that guy, you'll know why I keep him in a van.
Emilio says, can we get a good he woo?
The heck is that?
A laugh and then a woo.
Woo! Is that what you want? I'm going to have to copyright that, Todd. I'm not making any money here. I'm not making any money. Hi, Courtney.
Travis says, Travis, stay focused. Travis says, Artie, are we competitive this year?
Yeah. You see the series against the Dodgers? Oh, boy, I partied every night. Well, I party every night, no matter what. But I party hard those nights. Hey, we stuck it to our enemies across the hallway, all the way down the 5 freeway.
A couple more comments here because I know it's getting late and you've already puked twice.
Oh, sure.
On the podcast. Tyler says, I heard Nut Boy likes bologna. What's your next move, Artie?
What in the hell? Who's Nut Boy?
Gavin, we established that.
Let me tell you. I bet you that guy likes a lot more than bologna. I can remember that video, Todd, with the girl and all the weenies hitting her in the face.
I get it, Artie. Travis says Artie's ready to partner with Courtney as she says, "Go away, Artie."
Oh, Courtney, I'm a perfect gentleman. I will do nothing but wine and dine on the first night. And then after that, I can't make any promises.
Dan, last question. Dan says, how does Artie eat corn? Long way or short?
It doesn't matter, because for some weird reason, my body polishes them up and shoots them out the other end. Why don't our bodies digest corn, Todd?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Corn canoes every time.
All right, Artie. It was great to have you on. You're getting some compliments from your boy Eric. He says you're an amazing man and owner, and also a great gentleman.
Eric! Eric, you know I love you. Eric's my biggest fan, Todd. The whole reason why I bought the Angels because Eric told me, "Hey, Artie, you should buy the Angels." I said, "That's a good idea. Maybe I will." And look at me now, Todd. Look where I am at, on top of the hill.
Oh man, I think you might be. I think you might be vomiting from both ends if you keep that up.
Oh, Todd, let me tell you, there's a mess. Tofuri! Get your fat ass in here! Mop now!
Courtney says, I don't think they should let senior citizen have phone privileges this late. So, yeah, I think you...
Hey, I can get you good deals at Denny's, Courtney. Woo! Oh, Moon's over in Miami. The Rudy, Tootie, Fresh and Pootie, or whatever it's called.
Strange says you should do some stand-up with Terry at Chico's. And then Marty,
I tear him up.
Not sure you would. Marty says, Todd, finally home. It was great finally meeting you. Marty was awesome in person, hearing that Australian accent. The fan that jumped out.
Man. Let's put another shrimp on the Barbie doll. Maybe the dingo ate your baby. You know, that's a sad story, Todd. You ever heard of that one?
I've heard of that one.
Oh, boy. I don't want to get into it because I'm in a good mood. I'll end up getting depressed and start crying.
Courtney, she may be warming up to you as we'll call it a night, but I'll leave with this last comment. Courtney says, I'll take a free grand slam, you cheap bastard.
Oh, see? The charm's working, Todd.
Yeah, yes.
I may have to put on my fake mustache for this date. Woo!
All right, Artie, you get out of here. You get some rest and lay off the sauce tonight, okay?
Hey, Todd. I think I may have had 1/5 of Jim Beam too many tonight. So I'm going to take it easy. Maybe I'll take a nap, catch up on some Z's, and then get ready.
Get ready for what?
Oh, get ready for an Angels win tomorrow.
Well, speaking of that, last question I have for you is, do we make the playoffs?
Yes.
Come on, seriously.
I was serious. How dare you, Todd? I'm optimistic about my team. How dare you?
I had to ask. I'm sorry.
No, I'm kidding, Todd. There's no chance in hell we're ever getting to the playoffs till at least 2029. So you Angel fans, hang in there. Keep buying tickets. Make Uncle Artie proud. Okay.
All right, Artie.
It's Mimi's time.
Okay. Get some memes.
Okay, bye.
Good night, Uncle Artie. There goes Arte Moreno. Prince says, or Eric says, moisty ass gravy. That's disgusting. Dan Rios says, is he making any? And then Prince says, baby gravy out of the question. Oh, disgusting. Solid stream, Travis says. Oh, that's nasty as well. Wow. See, even on the worst nights, we get a little comedy every now and then. So I hope you all enjoyed that. Arte Moreno, our owner, is back and better than ever, apparently. We shall, Travis, I'll hit you up after the show. Anybody else as well? If I think already Grillmaster's left, but I'll see him later in the week. Yeah, Angels lose tonight. We'll get back at it tomorrow. If you're at the stadium like Travis will be and a few others, come by and say hi. 260. J-Dog says what we were talking about earlier, Louis Renifo giving 100% effort tonight. Hell yeah, that effort was terrible. He definitely gets some nachos right there. Thank you so much, Travis. And everybody else who came on to make this stream is what it is, and we appreciate you. And so for everybody on the Halos of the Infield Network, we got Ducks hockey coming right around the corner, and we got NFL football. So stay tuned as there's a lot going on. There may not be a lot of season left to be played, like Roger likes to say, but there is a lot of going on this page. Everybody have a good night. And yes, talk to me about those jerseys, Dan, and have a good night.